What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and I don't even know what I'm gonna name the title of this video yet, but I'm sure it's gonna be some half clickbait, half not clickbait. But I want to cut to the chase quickly, show you what I'm gonna be talking about in the video, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. Any other type of video that's been like this, I've tried to put a little bit more thought into, but it was all pre having children of a certain age that are always in events, and my schedule is shot. So not that I want there to be excuses, but if I am ever going to continue to do content on here and post more, I have to sacrifice something, and I think the planning and hoping things are going to be perfect aspect of things is going to have to just fly out the window, because it just doesn't happen. This isn't going to be some channel where you're going to have some crazy editing and special planning and scouted locations and freaking high-flying drones and zoomed-in special effects and all that stuff, firecrackers coming out of my butt cheeks. None of that stuff's gonna happen. I'm gonna try my best to make it fun, and I'm gonna try to post as much as I can. And I think when I tell you what's happened, what has happened, and how it came to be, you'll see my thought process of where all of that ties into the channel. But I did sell the Escalade. Actually, I traded the Escalade in because I was going to sell the Escalade, and I'm not calling people cheap. We're in a tough economy, right? So selling things and, you know, my value on something and someone else's value, they're never going to meet. Obviously, somebody wants the best deal. I want the best deal. That's one issue. Then when you sell a car and there's still a little bit of money left on a financing, you know, money has to go to a finance company, then there's a 2 or 3 week gap to get the title. Nobody wants to wait like that. There's a lot of things. Things have to get paid off. New loans have to be acquired on new vehicles. I wasn't planning on selling the car. This all came out of nowhere very quickly. I don't know how this all happened. I sat down. I was with my friend Daniel, the one who bought my Hellcat a long time ago. Once upon a time. I sat down with him. We were talking, mulling over the idea of getting a different vehicle. I had a few ideas. One of the biggest things about the next vehicle is I wanted it to fit here. I wanted to be able to park in my garage again and be able to conduct business as usual. Clean my car, wash my car, do videos like I used to. I didn't not love the Escalade. I feel like I wanted to get the CT5e Blackwing. I feel like I rushed into this because I was so frustrated with that order not being able to go through due to the Rona and chip shortages and all that stuff. Anyway, needless to say, I forced myself into an Escalade to try to mature and do the luxury thing, and that's not me. I tried. I swear to God, I gave it my best effort. What we're ending up with now is maybe 2 weeks worth of digging around, making some phone calls max. In the span of 2 weeks, this vehicle was found, negotiated, and then it was a 3-hour drive there, 3-hour drive back to acquire this. And I'm going to tell you why I felt it was worth it, and show you all the things about this that made me want to get this vehicle, and talk to you about my plans for it, because obviously I will be modding it, probably moderately, not heavy. Motor wise, nothing really is happening for a hot minute. I feel like I've ruined the last 2 vehicles by rushing into things. I want to take my time and record things and have content. But without further ado, the new vehicle that I will be posting a lot more is here. So I don't know guys, I really don't know what else to say. Lighting is going to be piss poor. I'm in a garage, and this vehicle does have quite a bit of pollen. It is not paint corrected yet. There's barely any miles on this. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. It is not coated. There's so many mods coming. A few have already arrived. I will talk about all of that. I am in complete disarray, and I still have a lot to figure out because, like I said, impromptu, I had to move my whole home gym into a corner. I'm selling a lot of things, throwing things out. It's going to be chaos. But this is a 2023 Destroyer Gray Dodge Durango Hellcat. Obviously, I came back to the dark side. We got a kitty cat. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to say, oh, you bought a used car. Yep, nothing wrong with that. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. We found this thing online. I don't know what it is, but when you find a vehicle in Pennsylvania or Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, for some reason with those states, the gems, mostly Pennsylvania. I don't know what goes on with Pennsylvania, but the gems, you can find the gems. We were browsing online. I had an idea of what I wanted. I really didn't really want to do the octane red again because I've done it way too many times. But I was like, all right, let me try this color. And I'm going to talk about my pros and cons already with this color, because there's going to be a lot of things about this color that drive me nuts, but I have to, I got to realize it's a daily driver. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do the best I can. But I kind of really liked Destroyer Gray. I thought Destroyer Gray was just really cool. But there was one other thing that I really wanted with the Destroyer Gray vehicle, and that was the demonic red interior. I knew I wanted a vehicle with colored leather. I had come from the last few Mopars with black leather, and there's nothing really wrong with it, but I just liked colored seats, and there's just something about it. I just really liked it, and I've never really had a vehicle with red leather, ever. So this was my chance. Something else popped up. I saw these in pictures. I was like, forged carbon? No way, Jose. So I ended up searching and searching. We found something. And not only did we find something, I'm going to show you. Do you see this? This is not going to be editing or AI. I'm telling you right now. That's crazy. A 2023. When I bought this vehicle, it had 3,003 miles listed for the sale, and I think the total mileage when I left the dealership lot was 3,019 or 3,020. So 3,020 miles on a 2023. This vehicle was garage kept. Everything about it is like flawless. When we got in the vehicle, I still smelled that new Mopar like leather, that new Mopar interior that I smelled on the other two vehicles with the Hellcat and the Trackhawk. Everything about it was insane. It does not have the panoramic sunroof. I don't even think that's an option, to be honest with you, but it's got all the bells and whistles that I would like. So I believe MSRP was like 108 or 110 on this vehicle, and I could tell you I paid nowhere near that. So this is the first vehicle, first time I did not get hit with depreciation. As you can see, I already put the jam handles on. That was the first mod, if you want to call it a mod. But it does have the captain's chair in the rear. It is a little bit of a change for me and my kids, actually, because we're going from such a large interior space with the Escalade, and now they can't really walk to the third row, even though, yes, there is a third row. They can't really walk to it, so there is some getting used to, but they really do love this console. Another mod I did real quick, I'm not going to be able to show you too much, but down here, actually I could probably pull it out. I'm going to show you. I had to buy a seatbelt extender, and I got one of these things to keep it where I need it to be. I noticed when we put this high back booster, because both of my kids are of age to do that now, that they were having a very difficult time buckling in there because it's like a deep crevice. So this added like 3 inches. It's safe, and now they have no problem buckling because they can actually reach it. So it's safe, they could buckle. I love that it's got the red seatbelts. I actually had the red seatbelts on the Hellcat, and I had to pay a lot of money to get that done and do a lot of things. The leather, softer than the Escalade leather, which is kind of funny. But again, the whole thing continues back there, the speaker system. There are obviously going to be a lot of videos on the little mods. You know I like to tinker, but one of the things I don't love that I ordered already from WeatherTech is a protector for all 4 doors here, because this step up for the kids, this is difficult. So I want to give them an option to step here without destroying my vehicle, because the last vehicle had retractable side steps, even though yes, it was taller, much taller, significantly taller, because it wouldn't even fit in my garage. Jam handle for the win. There's just some things that are going to take some time getting used to. I don't have the soft closed door. Again, that is a creature comfort that I don't really need. It's not a necessity, really. It's not at all. Again, the vehicle is absolutely bone stock, other than the fact that it's got tinted windows. I will be keeping this, debadging this. This is like indented in there, so that's gonna stay. I have taillight tints coming, Thank God the roof spoiler up there, that little fin, thank God that is black, because I will be doing the roof in black. Another package this came with was some black package, which I believe changed the emblems for the better for me. It's very difficult. I am operating with, I could go higher, further up, but I am operating with very, very small margins here. Like I said, 3,000 miles, it's as stock as you'd expect. I do need to detail this engine bay. As far as modifications go, again, the basics are in play for sure. I will be getting dressed up stuff from Billetech. I will be doing an exhaust. I still have to do a little bit of research. Obviously, the catch can and all of the other goodies are going to be in play, so it's going to look aesthetically pleasing. But again, there's no pulley, there's no tune. Am I planning on it? Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. So, you know, don't be looking out for that as far as a content thing. One of the things I don't love about this color that I honestly didn't anticipate, but like I said, I have to just deal with it. It is not a metallic color. It is a glossy color. It's a nice color, but with the way my lighting is set up, I am gonna see every dirt speck, every tiny little rock chip, every little scuff, scratch, and nook and cranny. One of the things I hated about the PPF vehicle, you can't do anything. I get it, yes, that's awesome to some people. It's less issues, less headache, less everything, but to me, I like to tinker. So I will be either doing it myself or having it done, a correction and a coating. My go-to combo is obviously Crystal Serum Light with EXO, so I will be messing around with that. There's a spider on my window. We're not playing that game, homie. You are not gonna be finding a home inside of my car to make webs. Rest in peace. May the new Pope bring you love. So, like I said, there's mods coming. Plans, I'm just gonna go over them really quickly. Gloss black PPF roof, obviously that's gonna happen. Probably doing PPF here, PPF on the pillars, PPF nowhere else. I already have a couple tiny rock chips. It's unavoidable. It's never gonna stop. It's gonna happen. And what did that one thing say? Oh, I'm gonna baby this, take care of this. It's like not having sex with your girlfriend or your wife and saving her for the next guy. So if something ever gets destroyed, I will pay to replace it or fix it. I don't really drive that much. The last vehicle, over 2 years, I had it 12,000 miles. This vehicle, somebody had this for 1.5 years and went 3,000 miles. That's just insane. Obviously, there's another elephant in the room. These bad boys get stolen. I am in a garage here. I'm in a garage at work. So that's great. This does have an alarm system. I'm getting it upgraded even further. This thing is fitted like crazy with GPS, geofences. There's a lot of anti-theft, kill switches and cutoff, things that I won't talk about already in play. And obviously the typical things are happening or have happened, and I won't be talking about too many of them. But just know I've done all I can so far, and will probably add even more to the mix as far as it goes. I do have the things coming to put my black view in. The radar is going to be done. It has this tint strip from the last owner. I do not like this. I am not a huge fan. I think it's kind of gaudy and weird, so that'll have to be coming off. But, you know, like I said, the typical maneuver, the typical mods are all in play. Everything is stock. I'm back to having Brembos. I'm back to hearing the supercharger whine and having the horsepower I like. Is it fast? No, it's quick. It's not fast. I've had fast. This is not fast. But it is so much more enjoyable. I am so much happier. Again, some people are going to be like, oh, it's a downgrade. To me, it's not. I tried, again, like I said, the luxury thing. To me, I just want to have fun. I want my kids to have fun. But I feel like my kids are safe. This thing is big enough for my family of 4 and have space. From when we move to the new house, I have room for a dog if I want in the back. I have room for everything. Perfect Carfax, perfect previous owner. The dealership, I'll be posting their information down below in the description. What an awesome experience. Very cool. I had to drive 3 hours to Manheim, Pennsylvania. Super cool dealership. Very, very good staff over there, willing to work with you. Obviously, I knew once we found numbers that the deal would go through. I have very, very good credit, and they were just accommodating all the way. The deal happened. I'm extremely happy. This is a very cool vehicle to do a lot of things with. And, you know, obviously I drag videos out, but I definitely wanted to get this done. I've got parts coming. And again, the car's covered in pollen. You might not notice it as much on some things, but I can tell you, it is wretched. I can't wash it that much. Today's Mother's Day. I have the smallest little break because my daughter is at a dance competition and my wife's with her. My son is hanging out playing video games upstairs for 2 seconds on his Switch, and I have a very small amount of window time here. Again, real quick, another thing coming, side markers are coming. I have black lug nuts that are going to be coming because I think that's atrocious, but it did come with these black wheels. I don't know if I have the full little list. I think I have a window sticker to talk about. There are going to be other things coming, by the way. I'm going to have this probably for the sunroof. I missed having that, but I will show you because you know I'm all about transparency. So whoever bought this, typical mods, and then what they added as optional equipment, they had $395 added for the Destroyer gray paint, $11,000 for the premium. So this is a premium with the suede headliner and the second row console armrest, power sunroof, all that good stuff. They added the black package, which is one of the things I really do like because it does give you the exhaust tips, but the gray metallic badges and those wheels are definitely a fun situation. One thing that's kind of strange because I wasn't planning on throwing an exhaust on here super quick. We'll talk about that again in another video. One of the things that's new to me is that this has, I guess, a Mopar performance exhaust, so it's not like the typical exhaust that I'm used to. This exhaust doesn't have the same layout with the mid mufflers, so I have to figure out doing a mid muffler delete. That's kind of like the interim thing before I figure out exactly what I want to do as far as an exhaust goes. Obviously, you know me, I'm leaning Corsa Extreme. That's what I've had on the last ones, and that's had the most success and the happiest part. But one of the big contenders is the AWE track exhaust. As far as intakes go, it's down to 2 in my choice. The leg maker is obviously up there, but there's that forged carbon Corsa intake. Forged carbon super very important to me to match the theme now that it's in the interior. So I think in my head, regular carbon fiber in the engine bay and forged carbon somewhere else, it kind of clashes. And the only other intake that has forged carbon is an AWE, but there's no top protector for the rain guard. So I do drive this. It's going to be a daily driven vehicle, and I do not need water pissing on my intake. So that kind of negated that thing, and it is what it is. It's going to get figured out. But I'm going to probably end up going with that Corsa intake. So I'm kind of leaning Corsa exhaust, but it could be Corsa intake with AWE exhaust. I don't know. Let me know if you have any experience with that, but this thing is amazing. Let me know what you think. I'm excited. I got content coming again. I could wash the vehicle. One of the biggest issues I had was I could wash the car, but it's the drying time. It's not being able to reach the roof as easy as I could. This is still, you know, taller than everything else, but I can reach things. I can wash the car and quickly pull this in here and not rush as fast as I need to dry it. I don't have to worry about things drying off on here. I could pull it right in and blow off the back and put, you know, drying aids on it and take my time here. I don't have to worry about, you know, water spots and all these problems. So definitely a breath of fresh air. All of these are videos that are coming for rinseless wash, waterless wash, window products, interior detailing products, a million things that I haven't been able to do the content that I've been wanting to do, I can actually do. And like I said, being in the garage, now I can actually film at my own leisure. I don't have to worry about night, day, hot, cold, temperature this, temperature that. It's just so much better. And another thing, it's funny because I'm going to drag this video out. It's what I do. Deal with it or don't watch. I don't know. But being able to do the lawn and not have to worry about when I pull the leaf blower, because I just did that, not having to worry about when I pull the leaf blower out and getting dust all over the Escalade, getting dust all over any vehicle, it's incredible. Shut this in here. It's perfectly kept into like a little time capsule. These are going back on the car as soon as I get a chance. I got videos coming out of my Wazooski, and I'm just going to be figuring out a lot of different things. I got mods coming out of my anus. Again, yes, funny things. Now I have to walk around with RFID bags. I will be talking about security more down the line. There will be a couple videos, but like I said, it does have an alarm. It's the first Mopar I've had that had an alarm, because this whole I'm going to steal everybody's car thing wasn't as prevalent when I was in the game. So thankfully, New Jersey does have concealed carry. I am a firm believer in that life. I am a firm believer in never being far away. Find out if you like. But yes, that's it. I'm excited. Let me know, again, like I said, what you think down below. I think we're back. I think we're going to have fun. This is out of my comfort zone as far as colors go. But like I said, I'm going to show you the one rock chip I just noticed. Kind of gave me depression, but you'll never notice all these things that I will. As fast as I will. This. I do have Dr. Color chip coming, though. There's no way to keep it perfect. You either drive it or you don't. That's it. Am I going to park it and just never drive the goddamn thing? It's ridiculous. But look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. Tux mats. Another thing coming. I'll do a video on that. I had a bad experience with the Tux mats on the... why was that not on auto? I had a bad experience with the Tux mats on the Escalade, the fitment. It just was shocking because the last couple vehicles, Tux mats... That was the move. It was amazing, incredible. I loved it. Those are my favorite flipping floor mats. And I spent a lot of money, if you watch those videos, trying to get those Tux mats to work, and then going to WeatherTech. And I tried like probably almost $1,000 in floor mats. What a gigantic waste of time. So floor mats are going to be cool. Again, I'm going to have these things coming. Pro Clip, my fellows over at Pro Clip, they're sending me the mount already with a new magnetic charging setup to try, so I'll have a video on that. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, I truly appreciate you. Let me know what you think, if you like it. Again, this is my family hauler, but it's got a chance for me to get back into doing mods. Look at this. Oh, I knew it. Look, kids, dude. Jelly beans, brother. Jelly beans and toys already. I love them. Is there more? And I gotta figure out how to... Which one? Oh, you lift... Which one open? Oh, this. I'm still new to this. Scoozy. So, awesome. They got their jelly beans. They're happy. I'm happy. As long as they're happy, I'm happy. It's not just happy wife, happy life. I do everything in my life for my kids. That's what it is. Oh, and funny enough... The monthly payments are a little bit lower. My wife laughs about that. She's like, oh, that's just an excuse. I'm paying like $70 a month less for this than I did for the Escalade. Obviously, there's a price difference. But I'm going to be spending less money, and I'm going to be happier. I got something that fits. Look at a height clearance, brother. It fits. I'm going to probably move some of this stuff out. I'll have even more length. Once I figure out the garage and get all of this shish kebab done, I'll be able to start posting more continuously. Awesome. I love it. I hope everybody's staying happy, healthy, and humble. We're back. Sorta. Yes. Kinda. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, baby.